Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me today.
Thank
Take all people you love them. Make sure those around you know that they're in your heart.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. My name is Suzanne Marie, and I'm with Psychic Paths, which you can find on PsychicPaths.com and Psychic Paths Facebook page. And I'm here to do some readings tonight, and hopefully I'll get some really good callers. I want to say that I am really excited about tonight, and I hope you are, because we have a whole lot of new people, new readers here on A1R Psychic Radio, and I know that every one of those that are new will be able to give you excellent, accurate readings. So, so here we are in the middle of summer, and I'm enjoying my garden, but today I had a bunch of allergies, so my eyes are all puffed out. But other than that, it's been a beautiful week. I hope everyone has had a beautiful week, and I hope that we can go ahead and get some good callers, because I love doing the readings. This is why I'm here, for the readings. I am clairvoyant. I see past, present, and future, and I'm a light trance medium, which means that I can speak to past loved ones, but they do not take over me. They generally stand by my side and give me messages and relay messages. So I hope that everyone will enjoy tonight here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonlight TV. And so, so I hope that everyone has had a good summer and is doing well and is getting a bit of outdoor fresh air, because I'm just loving my garden. I spent a couple years now trying to make it my garden, and it's working out pretty well. So I'd like to shout out to Central Minnesota and everyone that I know is loving and caring and watching tonight. So, yeah. So if you want to see on the right side of the screen, it's my right, but it's up there on the screen, the phone numbers in which to call. So there's different phone numbers that you can call into and hopefully get a reading. So we have Sydney, Australia here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How is it in Australia tonight or today?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's morning here. So it's not too bad.
Good morning. What can I help with you tonight?
Regarding my twin flame.
Okay. Are you involved with him?
Not at the moment. We were.
So what Spirit is telling me is that there was a very deep connection, and then it kind of faded. There's a fading out?
Yeah, at the moment we are, yeah.
Let me see if I can find out more from Spirit. Hang on a minute. I do sense a reconnection. One of you, I'm getting that one of you needs to do some work on yourselves, and I'm not really getting that it's you, but there's some kind of inner work that needs to be done.
Okay. Well, he's moved away a few hours away from when he used to live.
I don't sense that your relationship is over. I really don't. I understand the fading. Excuse me, but I feel like there's some inner work that needs to be done on his part. He's doing something for himself. Does that resonate?
Yeah, he does. He's getting the help he needs.
What spirit says is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But also take the time to take care of yourself. Because there'll be a continuation, but don't forget yourself. There's something else too that's going on with you. Do you feel a sense of there's an overact of something, like something's going on and it feels too much?
What do you mean?
It feels like something is over, like you feel like you're being overdone, either with work or with people. There's something that seems to be stressing you.
More my health than anything else, really, at the moment.
And you're doing everything that you can. You're going to be okay.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's overstressing you, but don't stress. It's going to be okay. Something is going to happen, I sense, in September that will be different with your health and more positive. Either you've been getting the run around, or you've been going and getting different kinds of opinions that don't match, or something like that. But I see things in September going to get better for you.
Okay, is that when I see him, or?
Yes. I do sense a reconnecting, and when you do see him, it does feel like no time has passed. Even though it feels like it when you're where you are now, you have this ability to be the same people every time you meet.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So it's going to work out. It's going to be okay.
But like I said, he's moved away a couple hours away. Is he going to be moving back?
Yeah, I feel like that's temporary. Now, temporary in like a year, but I don't sense that there's going to be that much distance emotionally or verbally communicating with him. So even though he's gone for that amount of time.
Okay, it's good to know.
I do see a bright future.
Well, hopefully
He
it's
really
soon.
does like you, and he kind of makes you smile a lot. But he does he loves your energy.
Yeah, I've been told that.
So it'll be okay.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You go ahead and have a good
Thanks.
night.
You too. Enjoy your day there. Night there.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya.
We have Leanne from Los Angeles.
Hi,
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm loving summer. I'm up here in the north. We usually freeze. This is our warmest month. So yay!
Oh, really? It's a little hot down here.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, I know it's
That's
beautiful
okay.
there. Is it? What can I help you with tonight?
I have two questions. One is job situation and my finance, and number two is like human relationships. I don't seem to really have good relationship with people. I don't have a best friend. I don't even have a boyfriend for almost 5 years. I seem to have like trouble building relationships with people. Kind of felt that way since I was really young, and
I feel I'll see what Spirit has to say. Hang on a second. First of all, you have a very, very unique energy. And I think you've known this all your life, that you're a bit unique. And
in a good way.
in a very good way. Do you remember as a child thinking, "Oh, I'm different. I'm a little different than other kids." For some reason, you didn't feel like you were, say, like if there was a pot of roses, you were not one of those roses. You'd be an orchid. Just, not something weird, but you have a different energy, and I feel like part of that it has to do with intuitive abilities. Um, do you get drained by being around people? Do they make you tired?
I didn't think so in the beginning, but I started to feel it, and I worked on it. So I manage. I tend to manage, but I really enjoy time being alone. But on the other hand,
Yes.
I still like to have some close friends, just a few close friends. Like soul family would be perfect, but I don't seem to have anybody close to me. Like people seem to like run away from me rather. I just need like a couple of good friends. So I don't know if I'm treating them wrong or.
No, I don't think so. But I do believe that you have to accept the gifts that you have, which is reading people, and sometimes they can make you tired, or they can make you feel like you're responding to them without them engaging with you, because you're picking up off of them. Do you know what I mean? And then in turn, they're looking at you going, boy, what's going on with her? But actually, you're responding to them without any communication. I would suggest trying to find a book on empaths and how to deal with empathic gifts. They're going to make you tired. You're going to feel other people's problems without talking, and you could even pick up an illness like a headache or a sore back just from walking in the grocery store. So I understand your need for companionship with people, but I think the best thing you can do is to love yourself, because it's a very special gift. It's nothing to be negative about, and it feels like you've had it for a long time, but you can't turn it off and you can't throw it in the garbage and go, I don't want to do that. It really has to be dealt with, and I think you're going to be wonderful. I do feel like you have a lot of love in your heart, and you need to give it and get it.
I totally understand. Yes. Okay.
You kick yourself for responding to life's energies, and I don't want you to kick yourself anymore. I want you to get it. When you get a control of it, going to be great. So get it. Have you felt like you've had a higher purpose, but you haven't found that higher purpose?
To do something, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that's all I'm focusing on right now.
I would say from a perspective of being clairvoyant, that part of that feeling is that you were born with the gifts of empath and intuitive, and the universe is asking you to learn as much as you can so you can turn around and help the suffering world and the painful world by bringing in light. You have a lot of light and love, and with those gifts, the universe is asking you to share those. Does that make sense?
Oh yes. So that's why I was hesitant. I mean,
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. You were born with that feeling. That you were born with that feeling of wanting and needing to do more. Like there's an expectation. And
education?
No, expectation.
Oh, expectation. Okay.
Yes. So I do think that that's what the universe is asking. And as far as career or finances, has it felt like a push and a pull? Like maybe you go 2 steps and you go 2 steps back?
I never really seem to have a steady job. And right now, after COVID, I should be able to, I need to find a new job, but I have no clue what I will be doing. I'm just hoping it will be related to the purpose, but I should be looking for a job soon, and I have no clue.
I see you with a lot of books.
Books? Okay.
Yeah. Are you looking through books already?
I am actually in school.
Okay. I see you in like a library. Okay, so do you go on campus? Because I see you on campus, and this is what I see. I see something around the campus, hiring, and that's where you work. It has to do with people, but more like a receptionist or someone that leads people to different places.
Hmm.
I'm going to try to make that clear, okay? I sense in a doctor's office, maybe. More like a receptionist.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Sorry.
Hello?
Kind of breaking up. Yeah. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I hear you. I think that you're going to be working in a medical clinic,
Oh, okay.
and that it's somewhere near your campus. Not a big hospital, but it seems like a small campus or a small clinic,
Okay.
and that should come about really soon,
Okay.
and that it gives you enough time to study.
Okay.
And there's a guy that goes with that. Probably around the fall, I see that you do start dating someone. I think that the
Would
biggest,
that be the soulmate?
I don't know. Let's see. Check it out. I would say more like a twin flame. It's a very.
Is it a challenging twin flame, or is it a soul twin flame? Would
I
that
think
be
it's
challenging
kindred.
relationship? Okay,
Kindred.
thank you.
I think he adores you.
Okay.
I think he adores you.
Okay.
Yes, we usually learn from our twin flames. What I want you to do is love yourself more than anyone else can. Can you do that for me?
Yes. I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm working on it every day.
Good. And I see everything working out. You just have to learn about yourself and your gifts and how to navigate through the universe with it. It's not very easy when you start. It's very not easy when you don't know about it, but it gets better and better and better. And that's what's going to happen for you. It'll get better.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm planning. I guess my dream's coming true. Okay. I see 555. It's 5 o'clock, 55 minutes right now.
Is there anything else I can answer for you?
You did plenty for me today. Thank you so much.
Well, you have a good night, and thank you so much for letting me read for you. And I hope everything just turns out great for you with the sensitivities. That's really great.
I believe. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's all validation and confirmation for me. Thank you. You have a great evening.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So here we are again, and those were the readings for tonight. And I hope that you guys hang in there with the A1R Psychic Radio and continue to call in and continue to get some fantastic readings. I will be here again next week. And again, you can get private readings from me through www.psychicpass.com, and you can message me at Psychic Pass Facebook. That's where I always am. I just love seeing how everyone is getting along and looking at my page and letting me know certain things, and I'm learning from you. So, yeah, I hope that everybody has a great week, and I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Stick around. We got more coming. All right. Bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.wixsite.com/Perry Lyons.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is New York City Celebrity Psychic
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, cherished ducklings. Welcome to Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic. I'm very happy to see you. Well, in my mind's eye, I can't actually see you physically, but anyway, so this is going to be a slightly interesting show. I haven't slept for like 40 hours. No substances, just being super responsible. And I was going to do the tarot weather, but I have no idea what I just did with my tarot cards. Welcome to the land of professionalism. Anyway, hi. It's been kind of a strange week. If you felt a little, not off exactly today, but a little sort of dreamy and maybe pleasantly ineffective, it's because the moon was what's called void of course today for quite a long time. That's when the moon, some days the moon is in Aquarius and then it goes into Pisces, but sometimes the moon just doesn't feel like going into the next sign, so it just has a cocktail and kicks back. And when moon is void of course, we don't get a lot done, but we feel kind of relaxed, and it's not a time to push ourselves. And speaking of pushing ourselves, so let's see, what can I tell you? I think probably we'll just take our first caller because I am barely articulate. Although I did have an insight I wanted to share with you guys about what's coming up next. Because it's kind of easy to focus on the really difficult stuff because it's a weird time. But I have been noticing that people, like my friends and clients and people I spy on across the street with my telescope, oops, did I say that outside of my head? Sorry. People are sort of slowing down and getting a little realer. And by realer, I mean, I'm noticing that people are responding more to who someone actually is in their character, their kindness, rather than, for instance, how much their outfit costs or how much, Botox they've had. Although, frankly, I would really like to have some Botox right about now. Anyway, and I think one of the things that's going to come out of this difficult time is a time when people are more authentic, when we've learned to slow down a bit. I know a lot of people, and I don't know if I'd be interested to hear if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of people are discovering new interests or new talents or just learning stuff. I suddenly fell in love with gardening, and no one was more surprised. So I've been like planting these gorgeous, incredibly flashy flowers and getting my hands in the dirt, and it feels great. I did try to learn conversational Greek, but Greek people asked me not to. No talent for languages. So I'd be curious to hear what you've been kind of enjoying or discovering or finding you had a talent for or just an interest in. The moon just went into Scorpio today, so about an hour ago. So if you're feeling a little intense, woo! A Leo, we're in Leo now, which is great. But Leo's sun and a Scorpio moon can make for some kind of intense emotions and intense, dramatic, acting them out emotions. So just, count to 10 before you say anything. Oh, I just saw my next caller is Taurus in Spring Hill. Oh, I love that name, Taurus. But if you decide not to settle for anything but the best, you just get the best. So on that note, I'm thrilled to be talking to Taurus. And hi, thanks for calling.
Good evening. How you doing?
Oh, the voice. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing
Cool.
all right.
I just want to listen to you talk. I almost don't care what you say. It's like you have a great voice. I like to connect to people by asking when their birthday is. I'm going to assume yours is in May, like May 12th. Is that correct?
No, July 17th, actually.
Okay, maybe it was the fact that your name is Taurus that threw me off. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Year. Yeah. I know a girl named September who was born in October. I should introduce you to. July 27th. Happy birthday. Did you have a good birthday?
No, July 17th.
Oh, 17th. Okay.
Yeah, the 17th. 17th July.
Did you have a good birthday then?
It was all right. I was, relaxing. I don't really party too much anymore, so that's not a big deal to me anymore.
I think next year you're going to have a really good birthday. So how can I help you, my love? It feels like you have kind of a burning question, but you're a little embarrassed to ask it. Will you trust me and ask it anyway?
Okay. Basically, it's a step that I want to take. It's a move that I want to make, and I'm not sure if that's why it's far. It's very far, and it's not what I'm used to, and it's just weird things been happening, like just a lot of signs, just a lot of different instances. Like I was in the store the other day, and the lady just stopped me, and she was like, she brought up my mom, and that was my mom and my grandmother were real pivotal figures in my life. Like those were my heroes. Like I wasn't in the Batman and all that other stuff. They were real big in my life because those were the people I always see dealing with the adversity and stuff like that. And my grandma was the type to not sugarcoat, and I appreciated that about her. So I've been getting a lot of signs lately. I've been seeing that sign.
She passed. Yeah.
Yeah. They both passed.
I'm so sorry. They just showed up. Didn't expect that. You are so loved. Oh man, you're the baby boy. You have your. I can't see you obviously, but what I get is that you have very beautiful eyes. You've got almost these almond-shaped eyes. That's either your mother or your grandmother. Those are some beautiful women. Interesting thing about both of them is they were incredibly strong, but also incredibly tender and loving. Is that correct?
Correct. Especially
Yeah.
my mom. Yeah.
When was your mom's birthday?
Say again.
When was your mom's birthday?
Where was my mom? Where was she born?
No, just what was her sign? What day was she born? Yeah.
She used to celebrate 2 birthdays. So I want to say it was the 13th or the 14th. But she used to celebrate 2 days. She tried to celebrate 2 birthdays. She said she was born at the cup, but
Mm-hmm.
13th and the 14th.
So did you say March?
October. Yeah, I know in October.
It's probably the 14th. What I get.
Yeah. That's what everybody else used to say. They used to say she used to try to get 2 birthday parties.
For somebody who had so much presence, she was also very modest.
Yeah.
Your mom is one of the best people I've ever tuned in on. She went through hardships like you can't believe, but she didn't complain. She had real faith. She and her mom were close. They're a little too much alike to always get along, I think. But what they did have in common, and still have in common, is that they loved you very much. I'm sorry, it feels like your mom passed young. And I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, man, she was 50, I'm going to say 52.
Oh, really?
52.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 52, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's way too young. So, she's fine now. Honestly, they both showed up. Your grandmother has a broader face, like wider cheekbones, and your mother has more delicate features, but, oh God, they're great. Was your grandmother from an island?
No.
Huh.
But there's probably something that I didn't know.
I think there was a
not
lot.
that I knew
of. So, you're wondering about this move, right? Whether you should,
Yes.
and it is far. Is it possible that you're being asked to step out of your comfort zone and your way of being so you can expand into your bigger self? Because I feel that 2022 is going to be an extraordinary year for you. But I think moving, even though it's scary and it's different and it's, but I think you'll discover a part of yourself. And honestly, your mom would like you to do this too, because she saw and believed in what I'm going to call your greatness. And you haven't quite stepped into it yet, but you're going to. But you're going to have to take some risks, and risks are uncomfortable and scary, but I think these risks are really going to pay off. Are you moving like to San Diego? Are you moving like 3,000 miles away? Where are you moving?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, it's beautiful there. Oh.
Yeah, I've been doing. I've been looking up. The area and just different things. It looks nice. That's right. That's my speed. Like the scenery, and I never seen snow either. So
Really?
it snowed. Really, I've never seen snow. I was in New York years and years ago, and I left on a Monday, and it snowed that night.
That's so fun. That's so cool.
Missed it by a few hours.
I grew up in upstate New York, so I've seen snow enough for both of us. It's funny because I call him my fake nephew, but he's my heart. My best friend's son moved to Colorado Springs about 3 months ago, and he's African American. He's incredibly talented and gorgeous, but he's from New York, and he's like, they don't have many people like me out here. And she said, at first it was difficult, but now I'm like king of the castle. So that's really funny. He's really enjoying it. I think you mentioned a lady before. Or did I hear you wrong? If that's going to work out, it's going to work out whether you move to Jupiter, Colorado Springs, or the center of the earth. I think there's real potential there because I think she sees you, and I think she sees you sort of the way that your mom and your grandmother did. I think she sees your light and your greatness. And I think she would be very good for you. I think she'd be very supportive. And it's really important for you, especially Taurus, to have a strong, supportive woman in your life. You've always had it. You need that. I mean, you're such a man. But, real men know that they need that feminine energy to sort of, encourage them and cheer them on and make the house pretty. And but I can see something happening with this woman. She has a previous entanglement that you feel she's not quite over. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
That's
what?
Yeah. I don't know. It could be not to make it sound weird, but there could be I could be a number of women.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're very attractive.
The one that
the
one who I really wanted it to be recently it hasn't been that great. But it's funny that you brought up somebody seeing me in a bright light, or somebody seeing some potential, because I went to my old job last night and the girl was just asking one of the managers like where I was, and I just happened to come around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And before I tried to, I tried to be her friend. She didn't want to give me the time of day. But
right.
Now, it's open. But she was kind of bummed when I told her I was thinking about going out to Colorado Springs. So
yes.
It's kind of funny that you brought that one up.
Mm-hmm. That is my job, and yeah, I like her, and she was very bummed. She's have you met her before? The woman that
yeah, I
we're
met
talking
her.
about? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, this is a time when people from our past are coming back, and she's grown up in a lot of ways. She's much more mature. She's had some tough stuff happen, but I like her. And I think she really sees you as I would want your partner to see you. I mean, to really see how cool you are and how talented. If it's okay, I think we're probably just going to stay in this call. I'm sorry if we have another caller waiting, but I've just got a few more things that, honestly, Taurus's mother and grandmother are talking in each ear. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that okay with Dick? I'm asking my producer, who's the world's handsomest and most charming man. I'm not trying to get anything from you, David. Yeah. I want to stay with Taurus. Thank you. See, flattery will get you everywhere. Yeah, it feels to me like you came out of a dark time, and you're really heading into the sunshine. Oh no, now I'm going to start singing that song from Wizard of Oz. Come out of the dark, come out of the sun, come out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light, and open your eyes. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a munchkin. It's not
That's all right. That's all right.
although I can do, oh, you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Okay, that was scary. Sorry. It's, I think a lot of people, you went through a period of people betraying you for a while, and I think you got kind of a tough shell. You're such a pussycat underneath that, which is true about, like, real men. They have, they're real men, but inside they're sensitive. But I think you got kind of disillusioned with people over the last couple of years. Friends who didn't step up. And I'm sorry about that. But I think that period is over because you did not sink to their level. You have kept your ethics. You've kept your loyalty. You've kept your integrity. And those people, your old crowd, they're leaving. Your old life is kind of coming. That cycle is coming to an end. Your new cycle is okay. Sometimes I'll get colors when I'm thinking about somebody's future.
Mm-hmm.
And the color I'm getting for you is my favorite color to see around people. It's a sort of golden yellow. And what it means is that you're going to be experiencing happiness again, and more happiness than you thought you were capable of. I think you're very sensitive, and I think you kind of got the stuffing kicked out of you, but I think you're coming into the next 2 years, and I think you're coming into your own. You have a number of different talents. I mean, I'm telling you right now, as somebody who's done voice work professionally, that you could work tomorrow. You beautiful voice. You have an appreciation of art and music. You might want to start exploring, just kind of checking those out as kind of hobbies and fun for you over the next couple of years. You're very good at managing people. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny you brought that up. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
We've got 60 seconds, so I'm going to do my New York Brooklyn girl thing and talk really fast. Okay.
Okay.
You've got an amazing talent. You're very likable. People just like you because they can tell you're trustworthy. The management talent you have is that you manage to lead without people catching you leading. So you make them think it's their idea, right? I'm totally right.
Right.
The thing is that you're so honest that you don't like to feel like you're manipulating people or telling them what to do. But you're not. You're helping them. And that's one thing that's really going to come up. And I think that you're also going to be involved in something to do with the arts, which probably won't be your main job, but that's really coming up for me.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Gemma's Spirit World with Gemma. Live from GemmaSpiritWorld.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Gemma's Spirit World
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Gemma, your host tonight. How are we all doing? My goodness, it's I can't believe that, it just feels like the weeks are flying. I know I keep saying this every week, but it's like it's either at the start of the month or nearly coming to the end of the month. And it just feels like that in between goes really quick. And it's, we're coming out of July, and here on the Gold Coast, Australia, the sun isn't shining, and I love sunny days. It's where I feel very recharged, and it just really lights up my soul when I see that beautiful sunlight just, coming out, shining its light out through the sky and, sending off its rays of warmth. And on days like this, it's very gloomy, and generally my emotions, my feelings, they kind of just get really low. But I've been trying to make a big effort to not get all gloomy and not to get tired or think that I need to lay down, or just to have, to snuggle up in the, the warmth inside. So I've really made a big effort to put on some music, create movement, create that flow, so I don't feel like today's going really slow. I've been catching up with friends. I've been, doing things that really light up my day. One thing that I really have been enjoying, I love Louise Hay's books. I love her. I love her DVDs that she has, her inspiration and her deck cards, and I've been reading the book, The Power Is Within You, and I've read this numerous times, and what I like about Louise Hayes is that you can just open up, like wherever that you're intuitively guided to. I just grab the book and I just open up, and generally wherever my eyes are guided to land on particular words, they really sing out to my soul. And I know that her words that she writes, really, it's like she is writing to my soul, and I know this is where all the healing begins. And so I just, like today, I just open up the book and it will fall on a word and a thought or a situation, and it just, makes me really think about my life and my lessons and what I'm going through. And she really uplifts my heart, my life. She even just to, I know that, with every thought we think really creates our future. And she really reminds me that, we create our experiences by our thoughts and our words and how we feel. So I know that in situations where it just made me really, be present. That's the power. The power that's within us is that when we live in this present moment, we are aware of our conversations that we have with people, and, to really listen to who we are connecting with, and, what kind of people we are attracting into our life. So on sunny days, I've been putting it out to the universe to be happy and to smile and, to really reach out to people that really uplifts your energy. And I know that we can all do it. Just know that you're not alone. And basically, so that's my inspiration of the week. Pick a book that you're guided intuitively to maybe read some inspirational quote out of. If you're feeling down, just that's what I love. I have this big collection behind me, and it's all my beautiful books. And yeah, I just pick a book, open up the page, and I'm guided to a message. And generally, that message is for you, and you can relate to it in somehow that you're going about your day or a situation that you're stuck in. Alrighty, so we're going to connect. We have Gina from Wildwood, New Jersey, USA. Hello, Gina. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How can I help you?
I'm hoping you could tell me a little bit about my future and my happiness.
Yep. Sure. Okay, so what I'm seeing at the moment, are you planning on moving? Because I keep seeing there's lots of things going around your house at the moment. I have an image of your house, but it feels like there's a lot of chaos. There has been a lot of chaos in the last few months, but are you planning on traveling or moving around? Moving?
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm seeing for you, I keep seeing images in front of me. I have images of your house in front of me. Are you planning on moving? Because what I'm seeing is that in the last few months, it feels like there's been lots of activity, lots of chaos around you, around your home life. And that could be just with the people around you as well. It just feels it's very suffocating. Are you planning on moving or wanting to move? Because I keep feeling like there's yeah. Have you got movement?
I have a very bad connection here. I can barely hear you, and you keep fading out.
Okay. 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 Let me just see. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yes, a little bit better, I think.
Okay. All right, just let me know that if you cannot hear me, because I can hear you perfectly fine from my end. All right,
sorry, so the more you keep talking, you keep blinking out.
Okay. Let me just see what I can do. Can you hear me now properly? Okay, so I'm just going to give you the reading. If you cannot hear me, then the best thing would be to replay this. Okay, you can replay this later. So what I'm seeing around your life at the moment is that there's change in movement around your home life, and I see that there's a movement in your house, so moving locations in the next 3 to 6 months. I just feel like there's, at the moment, you just feel suffocated, like things are really heavy and on top of your shoulders. I know that you have a lot of pressure from work and family. It's like you hold a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You feel like you're always helping others out, but when it comes to people helping out you, it seems to be hard work. So what I'm getting is that, I keep seeing you putting the foot down. So this is a time for you to put the foot down, create those healthy boundaries around you, around your personal life as well as your work life. And I know that what I'm seeing in the next 3 to 6 to 12 months is that you're going to feel so much lighter. I do see, yes, I've got the house change, the house movement there for you. What I'm also seeing for you with work, I see you traveling back a lot. So whether there's lots of movement around you, but it's like what I'm seeing is there's lots of traveling back and forth as well. So I keep hearing clients, clients in service of others, but it also feels like there's a direction change within your work life as well. But I also keep hearing, okay, so don't be afraid to speak up within work, because I keep hearing your boss, and your boss is male, by the way. So what I'm hearing is that he can be very over the top, even come across a little bit intimidating, but I know that he means well. It's just that sometimes when we quite sensitive, and it's when we're a very sensitive person, and I feel that you have, empath abilities, that you can tune into other people's, you just know how somebody's feeling, and if they're having a bad day, you really pick up on that vibe. And what I'm getting is that don't take it personal, when it comes to your boss when he's not having a good day, he means well. So to really, what I'm seeing for you is to listen, to really carry on, not let his feelings what's the word? And I'm trying to say, just protect your energy, basically. Don't take on other people's feelings. I also see you in charge around your work life, so don't be afraid to speak up, and don't be afraid to just to stand up, because it feels like there's somebody around you that I'm getting. Let me just see. There's someone coming through around you with work, pushes buttons around you. So it's like a management role is what I'm seeing, is that you take charge, and there's always that one little person that kind of pushes your buttons, and it's just a time for you to step up. Also, what I've got around you for you, I keep seeing, a letter M keeps coming through. So I just wanted to let you know that if you have somebody with the name, with the letter that starts with M, female energy around you, feels very close, might even be a daughter or a sister coming through. She's obviously alive still, but I'm just getting that if she's got a birthday coming up. But I keep seeing lots of roses around her, so I'm not, so generally when flowers come through, it's just letting me know there's celebrations coming through. But more so, there's lots of new changes coming your way. Just not to, what I keep hearing from Spirit is to stop procrastinating. Do the things that you need to do, and good luck with the movement. Good luck with the move, and don't be afraid to use that voice. And yes. Alrighty. So thank you, Gina from New Jersey, USA. Alrighty. So we have Megan from Newport, New Virginia, USA. Hello, Megan. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. In what areas would you like me to help you in?
If you could connect with anybody that has passed over for me, I'd very much appreciate it.
Yep, okay. Just let me tune into your energy for a little bit, because when I just spoke to you before, I've had someone that's coming through, and I feel very heavy around the chest area. Let me just feel for a sec. And throat area as well. My throat. Okay, so let me just 1 second. I just feel for the energy, because it's like whoever I have in the room at the moment is putting pressure on my chest, my heart chakra, and around my throat area as well. Okay, I have a male coming through. He's also acknowledging, what he's acknowledging is his head. It's like a head trauma. It's like my head hurts. My head, my chest,
Okay.
and around my throat. Does this resonate with a loved one coming through?
Yes.
Okay. And a male as well. I just want to make sure that I have the correct person here.
That'd be the first one I lost.
Yeah, okay. So this loved one that's coming through at the moment. Okay, so he's coming through and he's showing me, was he the kind of person, was he like a business person, did well in sales, business talk? Because what he's showing me, he keeps showing me this tie, and I know that, it's just, it's like he's basically very professional in his work. Was very
He wasn't
professional
a
in
business.
his, yeah.
He wasn't a businessman, really, per se.
Yep. So he wasn't a businessman. Is that what you just said?
He was not a businessman per se.
Okay. Okay. And was his work very professional? Because it's like what he's showing me is that I keep saying what I'm seeing around him is everyday clothes, and then he steps into the role of he was very businesslike in the fact that, you know, he was very professional in what he did. Communication it's interesting because my throat area, okay, so just a question. With this loved one that's passed, did he have cancer at all? Did he suffer from cancer?
No.
Okay. Because my throat really, it feels like I'm just having trouble breathing at the moment. And it's like, as much as I like to talk about like his personality and what's coming through, he's really showing me, I'm really drawn to the areas in his body. He wants me to show, he's trying to show me the areas in his body at the moment. My head hurts as well, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm just asking him to show me something else so we don't, you know, obviously, you know, talk, you know, I'm asking for a message basically from this loved one that's coming through.
I had a loss of a head trauma. I had one I lost from head trauma, and I lost one as well from what they deem suicide. So it could be either or. And that's why I'm having difficulty deciphering which one's coming through.
Okay, sorry about that, lovely. Okay, and now I'm understanding. So it's just, I was wondering why my throat area and then my head was, okay, so that's, okay, so I'm going to say I have two in the room here at the moment. One of them is showing me, did one of them have a child, a little girl? Because what I'm being shown is, I'm being shown a pink teddy bear. Can you resonate with a pink teddy bear? Yep.
They both had little girls.
Okay, let me just ask another message again to see what else they're showing me. Okay, so what's coming through is a white car. They're showing me a white car. Can you resonate with a white car with one of them?
Other than purity and maybe marriage.
Okay, okay, let me just see what else is coming through. Okay. Okay, so with this person at the moment, I keep seeing lots of buckets of water. So whether they were a plumber or they used to work on a building site, I keep seeing lots of buckets around them filled with water. They let me know they're a handyman, really good with their hands, but building things.
No, not so much. Neither of them.
Okay, let me just see what else we've got here. Okay, so the number 9 is coming through. Do you resonate with the number 9? Even September.
9 September would be my mother.
Okay, let me just see. Okay.
That makes a little more sense, connecting.
Okay. I just see what else is coming through. I just want to just see who. Okay. I keep hearing soup, made lots of soup. You know, was a good cook. Liked to cook. I keep smelling food. I keep smelling like warm food.
Smelling what, I'm sorry?
Is this in reference to your mum? Because I keep smelling soups.
Fruit.
Soup.
I don't know.
SOUP. Soup. Okay, so what also I have overalls. I keep seeing somebody in overalls, and when I see overalls, it can either be a painter or a mechanic. I keep seeing the dirty overalls, and hence why I had the white car come through as well. Anyone in like work on cars?
Yeah.
Okay, can you pinpoint that one to the loved one that, because I keep showing me that he's working on cars, had a love for cars, and his mind, it was like, you know, he very smart, didn't say a lot, but at the same time kept himself busy with helping others. Just really, he keeps showing me the car parts. I even see a motorbike coming through as well. A motorbike, like really good, mechanically good with his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I also have that. Also, are you expecting a letter to come in the mail soon? Are you waiting on whether it's something to do financially or something to do with your finances? Something it's coming your way. I keep seeing a letterbox. You're expected to receive something soon.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so I've got that coming through about your letterbox. It's like there's something that's coming through regards money. Also,
okay.
yeah, okay. So also what I keep seeing is I get shown a ring. So from the two loved ones that have passed here, was one of them about to get married? Because or there was something to do with the ring. Because it's like I keep seeing there's two, but it's I keep seeing two rings, but it's like two rings on one finger. But I'm really drawn to one of the rings. It was quite. I've got red around there. It may not be red, but I'm really drawn to the color red. It was given, but it wasn't given. Something going on about the ring.
And red would be ruby, which that would be my husband coming through. I have his grandmother's ruby ring.
Okay, so he's coming through. He's showing me about the ring. Also with a message from your loved ones coming through. Okay, so in regards to your home at the moment, are you waiting on getting stuff? Are you waiting on things to get done or repaired around your house? Are you having trouble with people doing things for you around the house or servicing?
Absolutely.
Yes, so what they're letting me know is that, it's okay. So what they're letting me know is your loved ones have passed is that to reach out to other people, like, stop waiting, not to wait for people to call you back. Keep reaching out to other people. If you don't get a call back within the week, to reach out to somebody else. It's like just don't go with one person. Really branch out to others. Seek advice, seek quotes. It's don't rely on one person is what's coming through.
Okay.
Also, there's something going on around the family table. I'm not sure, but whether there's a certain conversation or situation that needs or has been. But I keep seeing the family table is what they're showing me, and it's like, let me just see. There's some kind of back and forth with it. I don't know. There's some kind of family affair or family issue going on around the family table. Does this resonate with you or within the family? And it's like an issue that hasn't been resolved, but it's like or an issue that keeps coming up that gets spoken about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming through. And what's coming through about that, the message in regard to that is, you know the answer, and I get intuitively, you know what's best for everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, what I keep seeing for you, I also keep seeing yellow flowers around you. Do you have yellow flowers or can resonate with the yellow flower?
No.
When I see yellow flowers, and I know that I brought up the Cancer before, but I think of daffodils for some reason, and that's what's coming through to me. But do you have anyone else, and I'm getting more with the female energy around you that had cancer or is suffering, going through cancer treatments at the moment? Doesn't mean they've passed. Have you got someone around you that has cancer or going through sufferings of cancer?
Possibly myself. I don't know. Other than that, my husband's or my aunt's husband is suffering with cancer at the moment.
Okay, I've just got that coming through too. Also, I see there's lots of support around you, and the message that's coming through is that you're not alone. Don't be afraid to reach out to others, people that you don't even know. Help is always there. What I also keep hearing, do you have a clock in the background that keeps playing up and was quite loud? A clock.
A what?
A clock. Do you have a clock in your house that's loud or makes noise?
Yeah, when it every second it click, click, click every second that it ticks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what your spirit loved ones are letting me know, is that they're playing with the clock, is to get your attention. So what you're thinking at the time when you notice that clock noise, take note what you're thinking at the time when you notice the clock, because that's confirmation that with what you're thinking that you're on the right track of where you're heading. Just take note of what's going on around that time when you hear the noise of the clock. Is what they're letting me know. Also, what else I keep seeing around you. And I see. Okay, so I've also got, like, I know that you said there's maintenance going in and around your home, and they're showing me that to really do your research before you give money out. So basically, just to research to really get the quotes you need first before you purchase anything, because they want you to be. They're basically here around you, protecting you and guiding you to the right kind of people to help you around the house. I think we may have lost Megan, and I know that she can go back and watch and listen to the replay. But she has her loved ones around her. She has 3 of them around her in spirit, and they are all, they always watching and protecting her. Okay, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to A1R Psychic Radio. I love when spirits come through. It is one of my favourite things, is to connect loved ones to people that they haven't, or just want to know that everything's okay, or have some kind of message passed through. I would love everyone to follow me on my Facebook page, Gemma Spirit World, and I wish everyone a lovely rest of the week. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to Avid Awakening, a beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Corona Del Mar. So please book your appointment today.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Persian Media. Medium I Am Power with Fia Johann. Live from PersianMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Persian Medium I Am Power
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
I was at the age of 7. So it was my first grade. Yes, that was my first grade. Actually, it was that I felt that I'm kind of different, compare myself with others in a class. I felt that I feel and see things which kind of weird. It was really weird to me because I didn't know to who I have to talk to. What should I say to my teacher? And how can I explain my experience and my connections to, I didn't know at that time what it means. The Holy Spirit, the messages, the things that come to me without asking, or every time when I want to have something, it's just come to me or came to me at that time. So I do remember I talked to my grandma and I said, I feel that I can hear people, I can see people. Yeah, it was about actually making a decision. It was about that just do something, because every time when someone had some need, believe me or not, they come to me by themselves. I never even knew any of those people, where they are and where I can find them. They came to me, they talked to me out of sudden, and somehow I'm a messenger. And as a messenger, I always has to deliver my message. If I'm not, then I'm getting some punish from God, or somehow some energies come to me and tell me or tell me that you have to, and you did not. So yes, it came so naturally to me. I never decided for any of those messages. Those messages came very easily and nicely to me, and I always, the only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the messages. Well, I raised with my grandpa and grandma, so I did not know anything about my parents until I was 11 years old. And my mom and my dad got married, and I was just 9 months when they got divorced. Both of them been very young and very mature, as I heard. My dad never been in Iran because after they divorced, so my dad moved to Italy or in Europe. So, and my grandparents did not even tell me about that I have mom and dad. They just act and also pretend that my mom is my grandma and my dad is my grandpa. My mother is my sister and my uncles is my brothers. So that I heard until I was 11 years old. So I was just around the age of 13 that I started thinking about that I need to do something by my own. And of course, my Holy Spirit and God always was behind me, helped me, guide me, and let me know exactly where to go and how to do. So I started a little business by business, and I felt that, oh, now I became a businesswoman. It's like a young 13 and 14 years old lady that is starting to kind of, feel and sense that she has connection to people. She has connection to God. She has connection to the source that she never ever thought that she could ever go there. Like every single business as you could imagine, like computer and other things that I never had any experience of. So yes, I start my real business at the age of 13 and became actually the marketing manager for a big company actually in Iran, in Tehran, as a marketing manager. Yes, I did. Success is you. You are success. Success is everywhere. Success is something that you think and feel and connect into your own abilities. Success is about that you believe in yourself in the first place. Success means that you never let down or let go of anything that you want and wish because someone telling you that you can't. And you know what the most amazing success for me was? When people said, you can't do it, and I did. That means success. I am actually gave me the very nice, beautiful hicks of you are who you are. It's just remind me about who I am. And power is also tell me that get in touch and get connect with your abilities, the power and the gift that you have inside, and try to touch it. And every time when I says I am, I remind myself exactly who I am. And power is telling me what type of power and abilities I have that I can receive and give, or give and receive to my audience, to my clients, to my students, and to my followers. You, my students, my audience, my followers, and those that I don't even know, but I'm talking to them daily, maybe 10 times a day. Sometimes I may not know exactly who they are, but when they're calling me, when they meet me, when they cry, and when they feel that I know them for so long, that is exactly the inspiration. And every time when someone calling and says, well, Fiona, things happened. Well, Fiona, because of you, my life getting better. Well, Fiona, thank you so much. You saved my marriage. Well, Fiona, thank you so much. You healed my husband. Well, Fiona, thank you so much for everything you did. That is exactly the inspiration for me to go and do everything that goes from my power, little by little, to make you guys happiest. Well, it's very funny because I'm actually having, or had, or still, a lot of people who is non-believer. And what the funny part was, those who was non-believer, when they was around me, the Holy Spirit and the guidance that come from the add energies is just showing them that they are completely wrong. Things happened that I was with them, messages come from others, so they kind of like being shocked one after each other that, wow, we didn't even believe, we didn't even thought, we couldn't even, you know. So I understand that there's a lot of people that is non-believer, but you know what? This is exactly what I'm telling to people. If you are believing that you are living, that you have blood in your body, that you can move your body from here to the left and go to the right, means that you can feel and sense. And then you get connected to the sense of the energies that you have inside. Then you can feel more and more. As you know that animals can feel and sense before any bad things is going to happen, because they have a very strong sense. It depends. If you are a person that trying to, you know, make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit. If you don't, if you disable those visions, if you disable those beliefs, if you disable that there is nothing as a miracle, everything is all about this, everything is all about that, everything is all about black and everything is all about white, there is not in the middle, what I have to say is completely wrong. Because I could feel and I could see exactly where we stand when it comes to our vision, emotion, feelings, and subconscious mind. If you get close to all of them, you can have and active your psychic abilities and mediumship. If not, it will be gone. So those who don't believe, they may never gonna active or activate the third eyes, the emotion and the vision in their life. So my Actually, my advice to all of them is about to open up, activate it, believe it until you achieve it. Colors hypno my mind and hypno my vision to what I want to receive as a messages. Sometimes when I have a difficult cases, or I am in a difficult place with client which I'm trying to help and make them to heal, I am using those colors as a significant fingerprint for myself to receive the messages and to give them the messages. That's why I go to my studio and just like closing and shut the door for maybe half an hour to 3 or 4 hours. I'm using all the colors around, I'm playing with them, and I creating whatever I am waiting or they are waiting to get an answer from me. So yes, when I'm painting, I am not here. If someone screaming at me, talking to me, like my son many times, they come and says, well, Mom, can you do this and that? Well, I couldn't even hear them. So, well, my husband says, well, your phone is ringing, so can you answer? I couldn't even hear that because I'm not here. When I'm paint, I'm not here. I'm somewhere else. And sometimes the way that I'm choosing colors, the shape, the idea, is not something that I'm choosing before I go in. So every single of those that I paint here in my house, it has some significant fingerprint of something that has to do with some of my clients, my achievement, or was very touchy. That's why I feel painting for me, or to me, was always like, just do it. It's time. Do you want to receive that messages, or do you want to heal that specific person? Please, just do it. So many people ask me about, like, is it a pentagram? Is this something that, is this not a pentagram? Is it not something that people or others use? Pentagon is my technique. It's my technique in between God, me, and Holy Spirit. In between you, God, and Holy Spirit. In between math and the quantum physics. So it's all about many angles of whatever you want to be and wherever you want to go. They guide me, they tell me, both in a science way and in a very spiritual way. That's why I'm using Pentagon as whatever you want me to ask for. And this is a technique that I can't really teach anyone, because this is something that came through me, gave me the messages, and almost after so many years I received 99% accuracy for the Pentagon reading. And it's all about your real date of birth, and also is about what you want exactly to know and what type of messages I can receive. And if there is any warning, anything that you should be aware of, the Pentagon will tell you what to do or not to do. I'm working with all law enforcement, lawyers, police officers. Also, I had a couple cases with the highest top. So, yeah, I do. There is a lot of mystery questions about mystery murder cases, about questions that why this person is just like missing for 2 months without even have any sort of communication or connection with the family. The lawyers basically had kind of like insurance company cases, example. They want to know that if that specific company telling the truth about what happened or not happened, and through their investigation they're going to figure that, oh no, that's not true, because the only things I'm telling them that there is 2 ways or 3 ways that they are lying. The first is this, the second is this, and the third is that. So it's now up to you where you're going to go and investigate. And also when it comes to missing people, it's always a pleasure to helping missing, people or family who has a lot of pain because their family is not around. So yeah, it's such a pleasure when just like trying to use my abilities and my Pentagon, of course, to see exactly where they are, and if sometimes fortunate, I can tell them that yeah, exactly where they are, but sometimes unfortunate, I have to just find a body for them and then let them to release and relief from that pain. To me, it's all about messages, and it's all about spirit messages. I dreamed again, and in my dream, I saw a very beautiful, gorgeous lady. I couldn't see the face, but I saw the beautiful white hair, long, white, beautiful hair with the white dresses. And when I say dresses, because she wore a couple like dresses through her, it sounds to be that I could see her to transfer from the one place to second place and changing a dress through the white again and again and again and again. And to me it was about what is the message is all about, why I dreamed about her. And then I didn't know exactly how and which way. Then I asked again, can you please tell me what is all about? Can you just please tell me why I had you in my dream and who are you? So next day, not, but the second day, I dreamed about her again, and she said, "Where white became light." I woke up and I felt like, oh my God, what is that? And again, I back to sleep, and she come back again and says, "Where white became light." And it was exactly when I starting to heal cancer patients. That was exactly when I started to heal animals. That was exactly when I healed, when I got the result as a healer, that how strongly things got exactly what we want. So, and that was a message to me. If you want to heal people, then wear white. And I felt that, okay, maybe it's just a matter of timing when I'm touching them. But then when I ask, I receive the messages and says, no, until you die. You wear white until you die, because it sounds to me that something activated in my mind and my body to be a healer, to heal disease that doctor says there is no way to heal. That's why I'm wearing white until I die. Well, my message to singing people is about don't give up, because, and if you guys have any bad experience in the past, that doesn't mean that it's going to continue, because life is just about you, and it's about that how you look at the life and your, passion, what you had. So let's say that people come back and say, well, you know what, I've been hurt, I've been raped, I've been abused, I've been this. My advice to all of them is about stop to say, I've been is a past. I don't want you to live in the past, because past is past. It's just going to give you more blame and anxieties. And then what you want to do from now on, do you know exactly what you want from the new guy? Because many of those clients that I have, they may say, well, I don't know, I just want a real man. And who is the real man for you? A real man is about to be a very wealthy man but kind of stupid, or a man that has everything. People says, oh, I want to have everything together. What I says, well, lady, everything means everything to you, but you have to be specifically and significantly know exactly what you want from that guy. So for those who are single today and are kind of give up because they don't know exactly what to do and where to go, because there is no man, well, of course there is. And of course you can make it. And of course you can find your twin flame, your soulmate, the man that you are going to be connected for whole life. But it's all about give and receive. For a woman who wants to just receive and be as a receiver, they are not going to go anywhere. Even the man that comes from the Holy Spirit and trying to be a perfect model is not going to make you happy. So you have to first be happy on your own skin before you date anyone. And if you are not happy in your own skin, then please don't date anyone, because you destroy your life and destroy that person's life as well. Be happy in your own skin and then start dating and feel and receive the moment that you want. So the art, exactly as I said, the art of receiving is giving. I love horses a lot. I did from age 10, actually. I would love to follow everywhere, look in every magazines to see, because to me horses was a beautiful, gorgeous spirit. And I felt like the way that they are, their muscles, their beautiful eyes, they hypnote me, like, you know, like hypnotizing you when you're talking to them. And when I was there for the first time, when I was like touching my first actually horse to see exactly like how it's going to be the feelings, it was just like, I think I was 13. And kind of I was scared at the beginning because I was a little girl and that the horse was completely like tall, muscle, and it's like, but the only way that I could connect to that horse and feel completely in love with, it was his eyes. So from there, I could see and feel the eyes of, you know, every single horses that I could even see through the magazine, through actually, you know, TV shows and everywhere, that I am connected to them. And believe me or not, it was so cool because every time when I'm manifesting or want to manifest about something, the first things that come to my mind, that was the beautiful eyes of horses. And specifically the first time that I met my first horse at the age of 13, I always remind about that beautiful eyes. Every single of horses has a significant eyes, which telling you about who you are and what to do to get better. Many of horse owners asking me, well, how can you tell to my horse? Because I told him before in the past, I told her, but they are not listening. But they do listen to you right away, right now, and it's all about connection. So your horse and the way that your horse come to your life, it means a lot. That means something for you. That you are connected to your horse in the past life. That means that this horse may gonna tell you something or some messages that many of those owners doesn't know how to connect with. That's exactly what I'm doing. Many of those horses wants to be famous. They are jumper. They want to win. Their owners would love to win. They have a desire to win. Well, but they want to make sure that the horse exactly understood the fact that what exactly his or her desires is, and that is my role to go hypnotizing horses and telling him and her exactly what to do and not to do to make her happiest or feel healthiest or wealthiest, whatever she or he wants. So that is exactly what I did. At the same time, I heal horses a lot. Horses with the pain, emotional pain, physical pain, and any pains that maybe a doctor couldn't really do anything with them. I could, and I did, and I succeed, and I'm happy for that. That's why I'm very connected to horses. I am strongly connected to their energies, and I can do everything that goes from my power to make them, both horse and horse owners, happiest together and having and fulfill their desires. Okay, the way that you guys can see me or talk to me or find me is in 3 ways. Okay, the first way is Avid Advice. AvidAdvice.com is an online platform that you guys could just call, chat, and ask any questions you guys have. Many of you guys may not living in California, or maybe you are located in Europe. Many of you guys may be in Australia, maybe in another state, so it's kind of very hard for you guys to fly here and just say, well, you know, Fiona, can you just ask this, you know, just answer these questions. So you can call and chat with me anytime and no time. I'm always online 24 hours and 7 days because of all the clients that I have worldwide. Then, you know, they're going to be the shortest, the nicest, and maybe for you, the easiest. And the second is my radio shows, which is people calling and listening to my radio shows for half an hour. But unfortunately, not people can find me easily there because there's tons of people that waiting on the line to trying to have a convo with me. And the third one, which is the best ever one you can think and imagine, is a face-to-face meeting in my wellness center with my team in Corona Del Mar and in Avid Awakening. So we do a lot for you guys. We will do and touch your soul, your body, and your emotion and get you closer to yourself. So that's why I'm receiving a lot of emails after that says, well, Fiona, I would love to see you again. I would love to talk to you again and see your team, because after I went home, I just been somebody else. And of course, this person can't come back all the time. So what they are doing, they calling me on Avid Advice after that, and they asking again for other, subject and object what they have in their life, and they want to make sure that if they can make it as a progress. So that is exactly what I'm doing, and that is exactly what I did all my life until now. But of course, Avid Awakening is much better because you are guys going to meet me. We both can exchange energies. We are going to hike, and we are going to see exactly what type of need you have and what we could do to make you happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, and get connected to your own soul. Naturally to me, I never decide for any of those messages. The only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the messages.
What was your reading like with Persian Mimi? Oh my god, I love her. So I actually had a moment with her when she was walking in. She came by our table for water, and it was just like, whew! That's how I felt.
Are you gonna come back for more? Oh yeah.
You're not even leaving.
It was all kind of things I kind of knew. I felt intuitively guided. It's nice to feel her tap into those deeper places and I guess reveal hidden places that I sense and feel, but have her kind of present them.
She said, I'm going to meet a man who's going to come right to me. It's been quite a while, and if that happens, I'm going to be in huge debt to her.
This was a great reading today because it lifts my spirit. Spirits have been depressed for a while because of adverse happenings going on. I'm very pleased about that.
I went to her workshop yesterday, and it was awesome. Yes, and I got her book, so I'm excited about that.
Well, this is the only reading I've done, and it's the only reading I would do, and it's because I just know that.
She told me things that I already knew, and then she also told me things that I was surprised at. Like, she could read me, like things I was in denial of. She was actually reading what I was in denial of, so it was wonderful. It really was.
I didn't say a word. She just knew exactly how I felt about it.
You know, she's absolutely right. So it's kind of like you have the answers inside somewhere, and she kind of validated what I was thinking.
If you are a person that trying to, make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
And now, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
G'day, Tonya Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl Medium here, coming at you from Sunday Creek at home in lockdown here in Victoria. Welcome to the show, and thank you all for your continued support. We absolutely love you all connecting and calling in to get your readings. And I want to say a big shout out to you thank you for connecting with us. We really love it. All of the hosts here on the shows, we get so much from you guys. As much as you love to come in and connect from us, we also gain a lot from you. So yeah, thank you. I just wanted to open with a bit of a thank you to say we really appreciate you. So no matter where you are in the world and what's going on, you know, we're all sensitive, energetic people for the most part, and so we can't help but be affected with what's happening around us. So I just want to remind you to take some time out for you, and don't be too hard on yourself with whatever your situation is that is happening around you at the moment. For many of us, there's so many different things that are surrounding us, and there's, you know, with that comes challenges, and, you know, just that fear of not really knowing what the future holds in the short term. But I do want to say, you know, just hold the faith to your big picture. So no matter how much there's that struggle around at the moment, keep visualizing what it is you want to bring into your life right at this point in time, or, you know, visualize right at this point in time. And of course, we then trust that part of our future is being able to move forward through things that are happening around us at the moment. So we can also look at taking a moment to send out love and light to the rest of the world and for what everyone's going through at the moment. So I think as a collective, now more than ever, if we can, you know, take a moment each day just to send out that, that vibration of love and connectedness will help us all as a collective. So that's my little reminder. You know, it's something that I do every day, and just set that intention that we can bring some peace and harmony around what feels like a chaotic energy at the moment. So, you know that you're not alone. We are all going through our own thing, and I also think there's a reminder to be patient and, you know, really be sensitive to everyone's opinions and versions and, you know, situations, and try not to put your judgmental hat on and, you know, jump down people's throats for things that possibly you don't have an understanding of. So I think if we can be understanding, and, you know, we need to also realize that we're all going to have differing opinions, and that's okay. You know, we don't have to change somebody's mind because it doesn't agree with us, or, you know, we can choose to take offense to things, or we can choose to just go, I'll let that go, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what makes us unique, is we all have our different versions of things. And you've got to remember that we all look through the lens of our life so far. So in a lot of cases, we haven't been through what someone else has, the same as they haven't been through what we've experienced. So if we can look at things with, you know, it's like an unconditional connection of we support people, and we, you know, sit away from making a judgment or trying to push our ideals onto others, then, you know, I think it brings about a lot more harmony within our life, and that is something that we can control. So I encourage you to, you know, to do that, like do whatever it is that makes you happy, and you know, we're not worrying about other people triggering us. And, you know, it is a time where we can be easily triggered. So just, you know, hold your space and hold your ground at the moment as best you can. And just be kind to yourself. You know, if we give ourselves kindness, that's what we reflect to others as well. All right, so I have got my first caller, Shayna, in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, the USA. Shayna, how are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Thank you for calling in today.
Uh-huh.
Okay, was there something you wanted me to focus on today, or I'll just connect in for you?
Yeah, I'm wondering about if I'm going to get back together or not with my husband.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me see. Can I ask, is there mum in spirit for you? Because I've got a lady stepping in for you.
Say again?
Do you have your mum in spirit? There's a lady stepping in who's quite motherly towards you, coming through in spirit with the message.
Yeah, my mom is still living.
Okay, so I feel like I'm going to mum's side, so possibly this mum's mum. It's definitely a lady in spirit. I want to say she's quite tall too, which is interesting.
It's probably my grandma, my mom's mom.
Yeah, okay, because like I want to put a bit of strength. Now, the way she comes across, and it's like it's important in sharing this message, is she's very direct, and it's like I'm not beating around the bush here. So with the message that she's showing me, there's something around as far as getting back together. It's like you've got to be really honest with yourself here, and I feel like from your perspective, there's been something that was revealed that was either hidden or kept that you were kept in the dark about, and it's like I want you to not take that lightly. So things have to really change for you two to come about being back together again. But I do feel that it's your ex that needs to do the changing, not so much you, is what she's showing me.
Is what they're showing you is what?
That he needs to change for as far as you two getting back together and continue on with that strong connection. So can I ask, was it something that he did that brought about the separation? Because I feel like I don't feel like it's something that you've done, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're separated, but we're not. We're still like romantically involved. You're kind of in and out, so it's difficult for me to hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. I can sense that. I'll just show what was there. Did something come to light around your husband? Like, as in, were you? Because I feel like there was something hidden. So can you just confirm that, because that's the line that she's showing me.
Did something briefly come to light?
Yep. Might have lost you. I'm going to keep going.
Well,
yeah, sorry. It's a really bad line, so we'll just try and work through it the best we can. I feel like there was something that came to the surface in regards to your partner, and right, there was, what she showed me, there was something that wasn't quite something that he wasn't upfront about, is what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's like there's and what your grandmother showed me, because she's very straight down the line. She's not one to kind of mix it up and make it all soft and fluffy when it isn't. There's something he needs to change to be able to continue on and I suppose re-strengthen it and reconnect again. And I feel like it's something he needs to commit to. There feels like there's been something around him where it's very much he's up and down, and it's like you can't control that, but he needs to make a decision on moving forward and, being there 100% for you. I feel like he's not 100% for you.
He's not 100% for me?
Yep. As in energetically at the moment, he's not committing to you 100%. There's something external to you where his focus is, and it's almost like, I want him to be 100% for you, or otherwise, see you later. It's like this is about you standing your ground.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So it's like, and I do want to say with your grandmother, it's about you being honest with yourself. So I don't want you to settle for or try and make this something that it isn't. If it's almost like she's showing me you're getting signs, but you're the red flag. There's a few red flags here, is what she's showing me, and you're not fully looking into that. So I do want you to go in with your eyes wide open. So that can mean you're not trying to play down the issues at hand. There is new beginnings for you that I pick up very strongly. So I do feel it's going to be your choice as to whether you hang in there and try and rebuild things or do a bit of a pivot. And there will be a real decision around that. And I feel like you'll make the right decision. But just honour, Spirit is showing me they're giving you the signs. Please listen to the signs. And, sometimes we don't always want to hear, what they're giving us. But I feel like that there is something around you putting the dots together and being able to move forward with it.
So you're saying that we're not going to get back together?
Well, I there's the option there of you getting back together, but I feel like when you look into things, there's going to be some changes around the way things have to change for you two to get back together. And I feel like you kind of know what I'm talking about there is what they're showing me.
Okay.
All right. It will be your choice.
Okay.
So it's not. I'm not saying it's done, but I want you to look at all the evidence and what is put in front of you to make it that decision, if that makes sense, all right?
All right.
Okay, because you're pretty smart. And I also want to say to you, you need to be following your passion, which is part of your career and what you were put here for. So don't be distracted on that either, because it's like there's a lot of good to come with stepping into, what you're doing career-wise. I feel like I'm doing something for myself.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like, because you're pretty clever,
Okay.
I want to say. All right, it's like you're pretty clever and you're creative.
Mm-hmm.
So don't put that in the background over, over just focusing on the relationship. I do feel like I want to say to you, let go of the ideal and see what comes, because it's almost like you're hanging on to that, I really want to get back together. I'd like to see you just say, okay, whatever's for my highest good, and bring that in, because all will be fine for you is what I see. I'm a little bit excited about what's ahead, so I don't want to focus on just the one expectation, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I see you with a big heart, so I see, and I'm not saying it's definitely over, but I feel like I want to look at all the evidence, and if you are to give him a second go, it's got to be done your way.
Okay.
Okay? You're not playing second fiddle to anyone. I trust that resonates.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Jacqueline Close-More Live with Jacqueline Close-More. Jacqueline Close-More. Live from jacqueline.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Jacqueline Close-More Live
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jacqueline Close-More, and you're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Hello! Welcome on into this morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are around the world, onto this couple of networks, or multiple platforms. Isn't it fun? Anyhow, so I'm coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia, or Melbourne, depending on your particular accent. That was a really pathetic accent, I know. But anyhow, so there's kind of a lot going on in the world at the moment, isn't there? How could there not be? There's a lot of changes astrologically going on this year that are quite huge. The last time we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that's happened twice this year was actually September 11th. So there was a lot of fear back then, and of course a lot of death, which was very tragic, and a lot of stuff going on about who did what to whom, and where did it really come from, and all these things that naturally pop up in our modern age of things popping up and people asking lots of questions. And international travel was certainly disrupted, wasn't it? And the sense of security around things. And so we've certainly been looking at our sense of security this year and what we actually hold dear and see as valuable. Now, today, once I go off air from A1R, I'll be going onto my Facebook Live page and taking you through some physical meditation techniques that you can use to get back in your body if you're sort of like really not coping. There's such a thing called vicarious trauma, and usually that happens to nurses, mental health practitioners, emergency services personnel during crises, or sometimes in practice. And what that means is it's kind of like a transference of what's happening for the client, affecting the practitioner. However, practitioners learn techniques of how to deal with that, how to disperse that energy. Now, with COVID and the constant news coverage of that and the many varying conspiracy theories, going on, people are constantly immersed in this trauma energy. And so there's a lot of, I think, vicarious trauma going on in the population, which is leaving some people open to not being able to take in information like they normally would, not being able to perhaps process events in a clear manner, clear thinking, and being open to conspiracy theories more than what they ever would have been before, and not maybe being able to dissect the arguments being put forward very cleverly, of course. People are not silly for thinking of conspiracy theories. Sometimes the reality is so uncomfortable that we look outside of the reality into something else to make it a bit more comfortable. So, then getting back into the reality of things is very helpful, and that's why I'm going to be doing some meditation and stretching and, getting in touch with your body type techniques after being on A1R this morning and going up to the Facebook page. Now, I've got some people saying hello here. So hello to Nikki, Tabitha, and this is on the Facebook live stream of A1R. So, hello to you. And yes, good morning, Nikki. Thank you for writing in. Now, also, I do have an overdue reading for Amy. Woo! She's written in a couple of weeks ago asking for a reading about fertility and about, how that was going for her. So I'm going to actually answer this here. Now, if you're wanting a reading with me, you can write in onto my Jacqueline Closemore Live Facebook page. You can inbox message me there. You can also comment on some of the posts I put up there as well, and then private message me there too. But thank you, Amy, so much for writing in and asking me to do a reading. So, Amy, with you, first of all, I'd like to just go into your energy a bit there, and I find you to be very open, spontaneous, generous with people. You tend to like to try to mediate, negotiate, tolerate. You've had to learn the hard way when not to do that, hey. You also tend to stand up for other people's well-being quite a bit, in a social justice kind of context where if they're not being treated right, you'll sort of come in and do what you can and stand up for them, advocate, really. And I think also you weigh up decisions forwards, backwards for quite some time before making up your mind. And then once you go there, you tend to be quite steadfast, but then 2 months or 2 years later, you can be sitting there going, is that the right decision? Could I have done it better? And you'll work through exactly the same 56 possible starting points of what you could do, whittle them down to maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe 3, then 1. And then you got back down to that 1 that you think, well, what could I have done better? And then you realise, well, that's what I did do. And then you'll go, oh, and that was the 4 that I shortlisted, and that was a 10 before that I actually shortlisted last time, and that was the 58 that I started with. Oh, my God. Okay, all right. So probably best for you to bullet point list what you're actually doing. What the problem is, what it's causing you, how to deal with it, the 58 possible scenarios, why you're getting rid of these off the list, why you've now got them down to 3, why you've now chosen that 1 and going there. And then you could read that for 2.5 minutes and be resolved, yep, instead of 5 weeks of self-torture, of going through the same process, really, that could have just been on a sheet of paper with bullet points. So, I feel there's this tremendous courage in you as well. Certainly, you can get quite frustrated with people, can't we all? But you really can get frustrated with people. And I feel also that you're really with your right partner. It's been a long time coming to get to that right partner, but you're there. And you were sort of asking about children and all these sorts of things. I would say that 2021, 2022 is really good for that for you. I would certainly also suggest for anyone having sort of any difficulties with having children, Chinese medicine and acupuncture is just wonderful for many things. And certainly there's practices within Chinese traditional medicine and acupuncture that go into fertility. So that can actually be quite helpful. Certainly with IVF clinics, they do recommend acupuncture. They don't recommend the herbal medicine while you're having the acupuncture. You can't really have them at the same time, but you can do 6 months of herbs and acupuncture, then go the IVF and stick with the acupuncture. That can be quite spectacular as to what that does, certainly based on what IVF clinics come back with. But certainly I have friends, and as we know, we've got our resident doctor, Dr. Anthony Holding, in Whittlesea Chinese Medicine Clinic, and he works with fertility. And I'll certainly get him on soon, and we'll have a chat about acupuncture in Chinese medicine and, that sort of thing. So we'll sort of go through that, I think, we'll see if we can get him in, next few weeks. We'll see how that goes under Victorian in stage 4 lockdown. Yay, way to go. The interesting thing here is that I'm seeing this year for you is all about new beginnings. So, it's a time of rebirth for you anyway, on a creative level, on a interesting maturity of other people around you level, whatever that means. And also I feel here 2021 is a really amazing year for you in a lot of personal discoveries, a lot of rebirthing going on there, and a lot of new things. And I would also say there that finding your new energy in your life purpose. And I was also getting that you and your partner may end up working together in some way, whether that's business or something like that. It's like a joint venture, and it does seem to involve money, and it seems to do quite well. And with your partner, I really feel he understands you. I think that you can get inside each other's heads pretty well, and you can communicate, and it does feel like you're able to, at times, it's like being able to communicate without words or being able to end each other's sentences. Usually twins do that. And then there's other times where you may feel irritated towards each other, but that's kind of normal stuff. So I just, I feel like there's good things for you. It's really important for you to be calm and relaxing in this point of time. It helps with, the desire to, look at fertility, and that the more relaxed we are, it helps everything, doesn't it? But whether there's actually scientific evidence of it helping with fertility may be something else. However, certainly I just feel like you do need to keep doing that. And I may have talked to you online on the page about needing to relax. So I think I've sort of covered that base already. But certainly there's cause for celebration in the next 18 months. And I feel there also, it's like some new money coming your way. It seems like maybe in the thousands as a lump sum. Don't quite understand what that's about, but it just feels like that's what's coming here as well. And there may be changes to your partner's job, but they actually feel quite positive. So I'm feeling kind of doing the happy dance on that one. So I just wanted to give you that message. Also, your partner tends to be really good at dealing with the practical, particularly for other people. He can get very frustrated for himself about dealing with things, boots and all, in his own case. But he tends to give really practical guidance, solutions, and thinking and framework to things when he's doing that. And so he'd be a really good coach. And certainly I can see him later on in life, dealing with younger people in that kind of sense of mentoring, coaching, guiding. So that actually may involve a sports team of younger people or a group of younger people. It just feels like younger people, youths particularly, and he'll be involved in that. There's also some kind of new change to his job that's actually going to be quite cool too. But I feel like you've got a really good connection there, so I want to congratulate you on that. And wish you the very best with it. And what I'll do is I'll certainly invite you, if you want to give feedback, you'll be able to go on the Facebook Live page of mine, Jacqueline Closemore Live. So thank you so much for writing in, Amy. And anyone who's wanting to join me in the next few minutes, I'll be going on the Facebook Live page, the Jacqueline Close-Moore Live Facebook page, and I'll be running a meditation stretching session, probably out in the concrete yard. And so you can catch me out there online. You can do this anywhere in the world. And the great thing is that it'll save online, so you'll be able to revisit that and do the exercises with me. And probably laugh at my attire or something, whatever makes you happy, really. So, yeah, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. You can, once again, join me in a few minutes. And in any case, if you're staying on with A1R, Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, hope you have a beautiful afternoon, evening, and morning on the channel. There's more shows coming up shortly. And thank you very much for watching and listening. Catch you next week.
Psychic Radio is planet Earth's #1 metaphysical, spiritual, and psychic radio network. Nobody reaches more souls than us. Time for Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. Our readings are always 100% free. Call now. In North America, dial toll-free 888-454-ASK-1. That's 888-454-2751. Or visit our website at AskOneRadio.com. There you'll find more numbers for Washington, D.C., London, and Sydney. Or connect at Facebook at Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth and light. This is Reverend Elliot.
Psychic Radio is planet Earth's #1 metaphysical, spiritual, and psychic radio network. Nobody reaches more souls than us. Time for Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. Our readings are always 100% free. Call now. In North America, dial toll-free 888-454-ASK-1. That's 888-454-2751. Or visit our website at AskOneRadio.com. There you'll find more numbers for Washington, D.C., London, and Sydney. Or connect at Facebook at Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth and light. This is Reverend Elliot, your local, your friendly, there's the word I'm looking for, your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, local operator too. I'm in New York here, so I'm just one of your neighborhood esoteric practitioners. And let me tell you, there's more of us out there than you may know. A lot of people are shy about it, delving into the occult arts and the esoteric arts. There are a lot of people who make a big show out of doing it, probably a rebellion of some sort. go around all goth-like, and waving wands. But it's a lot more than just playing around. And yet we aren't really like Doctor Strange, spending our days off fighting aliens from the dark dimension. What we do, what esoteric practitioners do, is help people. That's really what we are all about. We spread positive energy. There's a good one for you. That's a big thing. Positive energy. There's a lot of negativity in the world. I know you don't need me to tell you that. There's an awful lot of negativity in the world. And we have an entire industry dedicated to showing us negativity. It's called the news, which is, they've gotten really thorough decks. But this deck is a sentimental favorite, and I only use it now for special occasions, and that is when I do the Ask One radio show, or when an Ask One radio listener gets a reading from me off the air. That I use this deck because it is the first deck I ever owned. I'm going to have to retire it. I have another one just like it. I have one exactly like it that I haven't even opened. I've had that for a few years now, maybe 3 or 4 years now, and I'm kind of working my way up to it. But the cards are about information, and the more information we have, the less likely we are to succumb to fear, especially fear that other people plant in our heads deliberately. Now, there are people who will misuse a technology like tarot. It's funny, isn't it, calling it a technology, but it is. There are people who delight in looking at the cards and telling people about all the terrible things that are coming. And, and by the way, I can help you fix that for a few $1,000s. You see, that's a racket. And there is a very simple rule that I have, and for me, it's the bottom line. People ask me, how do I pick a tarot reader? Well, of course, the first advice I give is, well, you simply call me. But that's not practical for a lot of people. There are tarot readers all over the place. How do you pick a tarot reader? And this is it. You try it. You try the person. You get a reading. And here's the bottom line. If you feel worse after the reading than you did before the reading, don't go back to that person, because that person is only trying to scare you and hurt you. You can look back. I've got a couple of hundred shows archived here at Ask One Radio, and listen to Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, and listen to how many times a person will call up feeling depressed and angry or scared or confused or upset, and by the end of the call they're laughing and they're smiling and they feel good. This is not a game. This is the relief that people express when they see that the fears are not necessarily what they are cracked up to be. Now, that doesn't mean that if there's a bad situation in your life, you should ignore it. But we'll work through it to see how you can handle it the best possible way. Sometimes the best possible way, it can be using magical influences. Other times, it could mean getting a lawyer. There's one of the things about magic work is knowing when you shouldn't do it. And I spend a lot of time telling people, in this instance, you come to me, you say, I want a magical solution. I want to pay me a little money so that I can maybe provide a ritual for them or some incense or a candle. And, okay, that kind of stuff is fine, but there comes a time when you need to get really practical. Like the house on fire. You don't do an anti-fire ritual. You call the fire department. They don't come with anti-fire magic. They come with water. That's the way you do it. There is there's a lot of flooding going on now, but there's an old joke about a flood, and a guy just refuses to leave his house as the floodwaters come. He just says, the Lord will take care of me. And then, of course, the emergency people drive away, and now the water is rising up, and people come by in a boat, and they say, get into the boat, man, get in the boat. And he says, no, the Lord will save me. And then the water rises up, and he gets on the roof of his house, and a helicopter comes by and lowers rope for him, and he says, nope, the Lord will take care of me. And of course the man drowns, and he's furious, he's angry, and he goes up to the Lord and says, what happened? Why didn't you save me? He said, I sent you a car, I sent you a boat, I sent you a helicopter, what more do you want? See, there comes a time when you just have to get practical, or as they used to say, the Lord helps those who help themselves. And I am a firm believer in practicality, and magical work is not secondary. But there comes a time when you should put it aside and get really earthly and really practical and use the magical work to support that. Other times magical work can do wonders, as they say. My book, Reverend Elliot Explains It All, which is a book of magical essays, that you can get through Amazon.com. Reverend Elliot Explains It All. I have a chapter in there about something that happened, most interesting thing that occurred when I went to an occult shop here in New York City, and a customer came in and said to the owner, I want a ritual to spread love and good vibrations throughout the world. And the owner said, oh, that's nice. Why do you want this? And the woman said, because my husband is divorcing me and taking away all my assets, and he's taking away the children. And if I spend time doing a ritual that will spread love, I know he won't hurt me. Now, the answer that the store owner gave may surprise you. This is a little teaser. You'll find the answer in Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, but I'm not gonna hype the book that way. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what happened. Now, these stores don't make a lot of money, as you can imagine. They mostly sell candles and things like that. And the kit that this woman was talking about could have brought in about $200-300, you know. And the woman who owned the store said, no, I'm not selling you anything. You take your money and you get out of here and go get yourself a lawyer. And the customer argued and said, no, I know that if I spread good vibes throughout the world, he won't hurt me. And she said, that may very well be, but you need a lawyer. And she stood firm. And that was a marvelous thing to do, because we're supposed to help people, not pick their pockets, you know. That goes for every profession. It's the same if you go to a psychologist. It's the same if you go to a dentist. You go to anybody. The primary thing is to help the person who comes through the door and needs help. And that was just not the way to help by having this woman misuse her assets. That was a situation. When somebody is raking you over in a courtroom, you get your own lawyer. That's how to do it. And that was a sacrifice for the store owner, because an unscrupulous store owner, of course, would have said, sure, here, let me give you this. But it wouldn't have done that, what that woman wanted. It's just, it's like it's like winning the lottery. Let's face it, you know, you can win $600 million, but the odds are 900 million to 1, you know, so the odds even right off the bat are not in your favor. So we want to get now, listen to this segue here, right? In life, we want to get the odds on our side. And the way we get the odds on our side is by using esoteric work, such as tarot. Tarot allows us to see what's going on when we're looking around the corner of the time-space continuum, for instance. Tarot allows us to know what other people in our lives are doing. Tarot allows us to know what's coming up, the future. Now, the future is not written in stone. I know that sounds strange, but the future right now is not the same as the future 5 minutes from now. So you call up a tarot reader like myself, and you get a reading, and now you have more information than you did before the reading. So that means you're a different person. You've changed the dynamic. You have lifted the veil that separates us from the future, and you've peaked. So it's different now. And that's why things can be made to change. If we couldn't change the future, there'd be no point in looking at the future. There's nothing you can do about it. Why bother? So that's what you're going to hear tonight. You're going to hear a whole bunch of readings. You're going to hear what the cards can do for people. And if it piques your interest and you want to know more about what I can do for you,